JT Barrett's been on fire against lesser competition. The competition, though, has gotten better. It's nothing close to Penn State and what we will see this week with the likes of Marcus Allen, Jason Kabinda, and company on the Penn State defense. But again, Nebraska is probably the best defense Ohio State's seen since Oklahoma, and JT's played much better, looked more confident. Urban Meyer made the comment, Claire, this week that it'll be somewhat interesting for him to see. He's fully confident that JT's taken the steps to eliminate some mistakes and throw it in the right places and do the right things, but he's interested to see it against maybe the best defense they'll see, one of the best defenses they'll see, because, yes, he's taken strides, but until you face this caliber defense, you're not always quite sure if those strides are just better talent or if things have gotten fixed.
And this Penn State defense, make no mistake about it, especially that defensive line. They're getting penetrated. They sacked O'Korn 7 times during that game against our rivals up north. And they're only allowing about 3 yards per carry, which is what Ohio State's defensive line, which is arguably, and not just from an Ohio State fan's perspective, one of the best defensive lines in the country as well. It's going to be probably the biggest defensive challenge that they've faced this year, no doubt about that. JT moving along and progressing is something that you want to see, not just out of your quarterback, but out of your team in general. And yes, they were lesser opponents, but what JT was lacking was not a skill set. What JT was lacking was confidence in his receivers and their timing. And their receivers and their ability to get some separation. Talent was never an issue. That's not something that is going to be developed within a matter of a couple weeks. So what we saw is him building confidence. What I am interested to see is if Ohio State has to fight its way out of a hole at some point, if JT is sacked on a 3rd down or if Ohio State finds himself behind, how much confidence has this team actually built up in order to overcome adversity like that? They've faced adversity before, but we haven't seen them really overcome it.
All right. Grant Haley, a name that comes to mind. He's the kid that returned the block kick last year. He's one of the better players in the secondary for Penn State. 2 interceptions this season. I mentioned Kabinda and Allen. Marcus Allen, one of the very best at the safety position in the country. And Jason Kabinda, a guy that Urban Meyer named in particular in his news conference this week as just being all over the field, where Penn State plays it to a coach's delight, where the defensive linemen get on the offensive linemen and lock up the lanes, lock up the holes, and play their techniques. And it allows the linebackers to roam and remain clean to get to the ball carrier and roam sideline to sideline. And that is what Penn State was able to accomplish against Michigan.